So we have Chris Bledsoe and his family who, they believe what they're seeing is like from Jesus.
Orbs.
Right. Yeah. But they think, it's like religious, and you have a huge contingent of that. I even had Ron James in here for episode 151, who did a documentary last year where he was talking with Lou Elizondo a lot on the record, who a lot of people have questions about. He used to be in the government, that whole thing. But Lou was telling him that there was an enormous contingent within the Pentagon who also believed that this was a religious thing and therefore didn't want to touch it. So how do you separate the two out in that? Do you think like the people who are attaching religion to it are just doing it because they want to believe in this too? Or do you think, meaning like both things at the same time? Or do you think that people who are strictly looking at UFOs, regardless of the context, are believing in something that is going to drag them away from any form of religion, even if they're injecting their own into it?
Yeah. So, okay, I'm trying to process that question there.
Yeah, it's complicated.
So, first and foremost, I think sometimes, when someone truly believes in the creator and like a universal creator, right? A God, the God, right? The creator of the universe, humanity, aliens, demons, whatever's out there, all the planets, right? They're going to try to find that way to make it make sense so that they don't lose their faith. Okay, that's number one. So that's a defense mechanism. Number two, it doesn't mean that they may necessarily understand. Now, do I think some of them are actually seeing orbs of light? I would say yes, they probably are. Dr. Greer has videos of them summoning them, and they've seen it. I've had friends that have said they've seen them. Okay, how can we assume that that's alien? First of all,
it's a fair question.
Okay. What I mean is, I'm not saying that phenomenon is not happening, but we don't really know what that is. And it could be a life form. Not saying it's not, okay? I want to tell the audience, and I say this with all due respect, this is my perception, my theory. We haven't even got into it. You already know because we've spoke about this offline. I'm not telling you to believe what I say. As a matter of fact, you should question everybody. You should question Billy Carson, sorry. You should question him. Well, it rhymes with Jack Parsons, and we're going to talk about him too, right? We're going to talk about Jack Parsons.
I think we're going to have to get Billy on here. He's got to have the opportunity.
Well, yeah, I'd love to. I'm sure he's had a lot of time to prep these amazing fables he's telling people. But people could say the same thing about.
He goes a little far for
people. Could say a little bit same thing about religion. You believe in a guy that walked on water and brought people back from the dead. Okay, so I got to be fair to your audience and respect common sense and intelligence.
Very fair.
If I'm going to believe in that phenomenon that a man named Jesus, in English, that's his name, walked on water and brought people back from the dead, then who am I to knock someone like Billy Carson? If I'm being fair, right? I have to be fair.
That's a very interesting point.